Okay, it's time for the Notre Dame world, or as it's called here, La Cité des Cloches, the city of bells. Yeah, I guess calling it just Notre Dame wouldn't work out too well. Can't name it after a real world location, I guess. Or naming it Paris also probably wouldn't work out. But, whatever. It was a nice workaround, I suppose. Of course, I'm not sure why they couldn't just call that in English, but I guess it sounds fancier in French. Oh well. Now, yeah, so I actually was pretty excited to find out that this was going to be in Dream Drop Distance because Hunchback of Notre Dame is my favorite film as part of the official Disney canon. Because Nightmare Before Christmas isn't part of the Disney. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it's actually part of the official Disney canon like all the other animated movies are, or most of them, I suppose. But yeah, again, either way, I was excited to have this in the game, in the series. But I ended up being a little bit disappointed, to be perfectly honest. But I'll get into that a bit more once the world officially starts. Because I'll just get into it when we actually get into the world. I will say one thing, though, is that we were so, like, if this had just, like, waited just one more game, it would have been in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it would have been fantastic. You know, I can't help but be a little bit disappointed, because, again, this is my favorite film of the official Disney animated canon. Yeah, I just can't help but be a little disappointed that we couldn't get it for Kingdom Hearts 3, where it would have been at its best. I still like the title card, though. Yeah, again, like, most title cards are pretty good. I can't really think of one I don't like. Sure is quiet here in Paris. Oh, well. No, you're going the wrong way. Notre Dame's the other way. Young whippersnappers with their anime hair and their weird Japanese clothes.
Who? Me? I've never seen you before.
I know every single person in this city.
I'm Sora. Such disgusting attire. I know what you are.
You're an anime character. How dare you enter my town, city, whatever.
Can't you see? I am interrogating this gypsy.
Not everybody's a gypsy, Frollo.
Sir, he's just a boy.
I shall be the judge of that.
He is the judge, after all.
Now, Captain, did you have something to report to me, or did you not?
Yeah, and, this is gonna be one of the problems here that's coming out right now. Now, of course, like NPCs, like generic NPCs in Disney worlds are a pretty big rarity, but like in this world especially, it's especially like it's really noticeable. Yeah, okay, we get it. There are no gypsies in this city except for Esmeralda, let's be honest here. But anyway, yeah, like, it's the Feast of Fools right now. You know, it's the big event of the year. Everyone's supposed to be out partying. And, Quasimodo's become the King of Fools and whatever. But there's nobody fucking there. There's this big, this big party, but no one's actually present for it. Gotta get a cure spell, right? There we go. Oh yeah, I'll mention right now that Frollo is voiced by Corey Burton, for he is ever present. He cannot be escaped. Yeah. But Tony J is, he passed away, I think before this game even came out. But like look at this scene, there's nobody there. It's just Quasimodo and a bunch of Dream Eaters. Like, where the fuck is where's all the party goers? Where are all the other citizens? Oh wow, 2006? Really? That's when he died? Oh, I thought it was later than that. But yeah, he was long dead by the time this game came out, so they had to get a replacement, of course. Look, can't you hear everybody cheering for me? There's so many people here. Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
It's my master.
And now, yeah, it's a bit interesting. Like, the Dream Eaters, like, were fine with Quasimodo before, but then when I guess they reacted to his, like, negative emotions, but it's not really elaborated on at all. It's a little bit weird. Like, I don't think anything like this ever happens again, where they, like, react to people's emotions.
Esmeralda, I'm a gypsy. Thank you.
Okay. Like, Hey, I'm Billy Bob. I'm a white guy. Like, I don't know. Was that really necessary? I don't know. Exposition. In the movie, like, Esmeralda had to be, like, tricked into the church, but here she just goes in on her own. I think, right? Didn't she have to, like, almost be tricked into going in there? Because she was getting chased by Frollo and his guards. Oh well. But yeah, so again, that's kind of my big problem with this world is there's this huge city, Paris. It's gigantic. There's this huge square you get to travel along in. It's it's kind of impressive for Kingdom Hearts, but there's nobody fucking in it. It's completely empty. It's a ghost town. There's like 5 people in this entire town, not counting the gargoyles. Like, I don't know, they could have had one generic, like, have like an adult male, an adult female NPC model, just copy and paste them into the crowd. That's all I need, really, just something. Something's better than nothing, you know? And of course, because, I guess because it's part of, this is something, I'm a little confused about, is like, the movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame was, of course, very religiously charged, had a lot of themes that were, for a Disney movie, very dark and very out of place. And of course, they had to remove pretty much all of it. Like, I don't understand, how come they could get away with this stuff in the movie, but in the game, they have to censor it to hell and back? I guess, I don't know, maybe because it's a game, has, like, stricter guidelines or something? I don't really know. Or maybe it's just they wanted to get away from that dark thing because they had that dark stuff, by Disney standards, because like I guess it was just a more acceptable, flexible time back then. You could get away with that kind of crap. I don't know, but it kind of because that was one reason why I like Hunchback of Notre Dame so much, is because it has all these themes that for by Disney standards, are very dark and very unusual. That's one reason why I like it so much. But to have like all of that taken out makes the world feel so bland and uninteresting. And that's kind of one reason why I was kind of disappointed that we had that was just my big disappointment with this world, is how much it got gutted and how empty it is. Of course, every world in this game is empty, but here it feels especially worse because it's supposed to be a big bustling city, it's Paris. It's during the Feast of Fools, but there's nobody here. Like other worlds, it's a little bit more acceptable because they're like I don't know, like Prankster's Paradise, it's like probably after all the donkey children got taken away by the coachman, so that's why it's empty. The grid wasn't exactly the most populated area anyway. The Fantasia world, well, I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of too many generic NPCs. I guess people from the people from the songs, I guess. But like, no world is as a big bustling town like this one. So it feels way more out of place here than anywhere else, except for Traverse Town. But even then, that wasn't exactly the most populated area in Kingdom Hearts 1 either. Yeah, there was only ever like 5 people. Like, aside from, the Final Fantasy characters. And more voice acting stuff. Quasimodo is Ari Rubin. Esmeralda is Renee Fea, who's also Gentiana from Final Fantasy 15. And, yeah, the one other problem with this world is nobody aside from Hugo and Victor had their voices reprised. Their voice actor reprising their roles. Of course, in several cases, it's because their original voice actors were dead, so I can't really blame them too much. And, yep, they're the gargoyles.
This is Big Marie.
Hello.
Oh god, my ears! Oh, that was a mistake.
She likes you.
Okay, that's creepy. Don't say that.
Looks like
She whispers to me at night about you. The bells all talk to me.
stone, but quasi stronger. I know.
Yeah, I guess the gargoyles just reveal themselves to anybody now. I don't know.
Us for having personality.
Oh, yeah, I remember that in the movie, how I kind of wish that it was they stayed in Quasimodo's head, but they were fighting off the guards at the end, and they kind of messed with Esmeralda's goat. So it was very explicit that, yes, the gargoyles were real. Yeah, as far as I know, I never actually read the original story. But as far as I know, in the the original Hunchback of Notre Dame story, the gargoyles were all just in his head, as far as I'm aware. Quasimodo.
It's all right.
Let's see. More voice actors. Phoebus is Phil Lamar, who's Samurai Jack. He's also a Hermes from Futurama, Static Shock, the Green Lantern from the Justice League cartoon, Hector Con Carne, and Dracula from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
He never leaves?
Let's see, Laverne is Pat Lentz.
Judge Frollo.
Again, Hugo and Victor are the only two actually reprising their roles. Hugo being a... I didn't actually write down his last name. Yeah.
After a lifetime of watching from the nose.
Yeah, I guess the Jason Alexander. He was also that Abby Small, that little thief guy from Aladdin 2. And then Victor is Charles Kimbrough? I'm not really sure how to pronounce. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce like half these fucking names. I feel bad. Oh well. Yeah, but these guys are kind of just exposition, really.
Cause Quasi to give up.
Like, Quasimodo has a hard life, we're his only friends, yada yada yada. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't really like it. I mean, I guess they kind of had to have these guys, and having them just kind of like messing with Sora like they did with Esmeralda's goat probably wouldn't be, like, I guess they didn't want that, so they had to have them do something, I suppose.
And you are deformed and ugly.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
Shown little pity.
Just gonna go right out there, fist swinging, huh, Frollo?
I am your only friend.
Yeah, I know, Frollo. We've had this talk every day for the last, like, 20 years. Yeah, how old is Quasimodo again? He's like, it was like 20 years, right? He's been under Frollo's care.
Is your sanctuary.
Your sanctuary now, where fears and lies melt away, or however the lyrics go. Yeah, and it actually is a little bit cool for something that's actually positive. It's actually kind of cool. You can just jump right off the bell tower. I don't know. It's just something. It's all like in one world, or like one area, one screen, whatever you want to call it. No loading screen between the top of the tower and the streets below. I don't know. For Kingdom Hearts, it just feels really cool. You know? Oh yeah, and you may notice, of course, I have Super Glide, which I just got as an ability from, I think from Ryu Dragon.
Hold it. You're that guy with Frollo.
Easy. I'm not looking for any sort of fight.
Yeah, seriously, Sora, calm the hell down.
Finally, someone sensible. I'm Phoebus.
Finally, someone in this town that's alive.
Safe in the cathedral?
Because again, there's like 5 people in this world.
Then Quasimodo helped her escape.
Last.
What's wrong?
It's Judge Frollo. He's obsessed with destroying the gypsies.
He may be an asshole, but I don't have the heart to tell him that all the gypsies left years ago.
And I objected to his barbarous actions.
Yeah, Esmeralda's the only gypsy left in Paris. All the others just decided to go elsewhere. But no one's had the heart to tell Frollo.
Frollo said he's found the Court of Miracles, the gypsies' haven within the city. Esmeralda and her friends are in danger.
What friends? She doesn't have any friends. There's nobody there.
Frollo gets there.
How did they hear that tiny little clatter from all the way over there?
Quasimodo! Esmeralda's in trouble.
Where did she go?
Yeah, it's very rushed. Like, the entire movie takes place within, like, 20 minutes. Which, I mean, like, most of the worlds do this, but I guess here it's like, it's like, almost like the start of the film, all the way to the end of the film in, like, 20 minutes. Where other movies will start, or other Disney worlds will kind of start their movie plot, like, halfway through, for instance.
It's a map, see?
You know, or like, yeah, like about halfway through, or like near the end. But here it goes through the entire plot within like 20 minutes. It feels very rushed, like a whole bunch of stuff happens off screen, you know?
I'm going to save her.
Like a lot of the big stuff happens, like Quasimodo and like Esmeralda's like budding friendship. Like 90% of it happens off screen. Phoebus and Esmeralda's romance just comes out of nowhere because they have like almost no interaction before, before like, oh, they're a couple because it's in the movie, so of course they have to be. But here in the game, they have like 10 minutes of it, like not even 10 minutes. Like, actually, I'm trying to think, do they even have any interaction at all before like oh, they're a couple now? Like I don't think they do. And that's kind of part of what makes it feel so rushed. a lot of the character interactions just aren't there. But yeah, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just so disappointed. Like, I'm especially disappointed because of how much I love this movie. So seeing it kind of get gutted like this just makes me very, like, especially disappointed. But what are you gonna do? Not much to be done about that. Again, if they had waited just one more game to include Hunchback of Notre Dame as a world, then, you know, it would have been great. We would have had, like, NPCs around the square. We probably would have had a more detailed story. Or who knows, it might have happened after the movie. Well, actually, no, now that I think about it. It might take place, like, after the movie, after Frollo's dead. I'm not sure I would want that. But I love Frollo. He's one of my favorite Disney villains, you know? I know, they could fashion it after the Hunchback of Notre Dame too. Everyone likes that, right? Oh, jeez. Oh, that's terrible. God, I'll be honest, I never actually watched the whole thing. I watched like the first like 10 minutes and then I'm like, okay, I'm done with this crap. I'm done here. I'm not watching this anymore. Yeah, and yeah, the thing is, if you recycle your spirits from a previous save file, you like still have their recipes, but you can still find them again. Just something I thought I'd mention. And I don't think you can actually destroy these flowers, can you? Yeah, just trying to find that last Dream Eater. I could not remember where the last one was. This place is slightly maze-like. Yeah, but again, it's a very big world for Kingdom Hearts, it feels like. Like, it feels a lot bigger than a lot of other worlds from previous games, but it's just so empty. And again, it's a bigger deal here because it's a big, bustling city. You know, it's Paris. Yeah, you know, during the Feast of Fools, but there's nobody around at all. No generic NPCs whatsoever. Ah, there it is. I hate these things. They're stupid flowers. Ugh. Yeah, but thankfully you don't gotta fight any of the... I don't think these giant ones appear anymore. They're just kind of like a one-time thing. Oh well. Yeah, and then of course we go to the Court of Miracles, and there's nobody there. You know. Typically. I don't know. Like, I know I'm kind of going off about how empty it is, but it's just like everywhere you go, it's like a constant reminder. This place is empty. There's nobody here. I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't even include Clopin. Or yeah, Clopin? Clopair? Something like that. Like they don't have him at all. He was one of the more entertaining characters from the film, but they decided not to even include him at all. Yeah, here's one of the worlds. This is kind of one of the worlds where like Riku's side is a bit darker than Sora's. Cause I think that seems to be a little bit of a theme with Riku's world visits. They tend to be a little bit darker than Sora's in some way. Like they may focus less on the good guys and more on the villains, or there may be darker themes going on, or like some kind of death, like in the grid. Where there's that sacrifice near the end, where Sam's dad, or was Sam the son or the dad? I can't even remember from Tron Legacy. I honestly can't even remember. But then or in Prankster's Paradise, where the whole thing takes place within Monstro's stomach, and then like here in Notre Dame, where Riku has a bit more interaction with Frollo. Like he sees Frollo a bit more, and he sees a lot less of Quasimodo and Esmeralda. That sort of thing. And like Frollo's death is like arguably a bit darker in Riku's side than it is in Sora's. Because he just kind of like falls off. Well, I guess I'll get to that when we get to that, but getting a little bit ahead of myself. So I gotta go to the Court of Miracles. It's a big place underneath here. Like the catacombs here, it's very, very large area. Again, for Kingdom Hearts. And it's exclusive to Sora. Riku doesn't get to go to the Court of Miracles. Yeah, Riku doesn't have a very big area here. He doesn't get a lot of places to explore to himself. He only has like one screen, like one loading screen of an area that he has all to himself. But whatever. Yeah, and Riku's stories usually do take a little bit less time than Sora's do. I've noticed like some of them are very noticeably shorter. Like this one, this world here feels a lot shorter for Riku than it does for Sora. Like maybe it's just my imagination because he'll sometimes have less places he can go to. But that's just me. Like in this world especially, like Riku has a very tiny world in comparison to Sora. Like all these catacombs, the Court of Miracles are excluded from Riku's story. All he gets is that little path to the windmill, all to himself. That's the only place Sora doesn't get to go to. Yeah, and there's these weird dream, like, mist machines, gases, whatever. They only appear, like, 2 or 3 times within the entire game. I'm not sure why they bothered to include them, because they're so easy to get rid of. Like, oh no, avoid the floor. It's like, yeah, with flow motion, that's not even remotely a problem. You can just go up a wall infinitely with flow motion as long as you don't fuck up the button inputs. So like, what's even the point? It doesn't feel like a trap or an obstacle at all. It just feels like a slight hindrance. Like not even that. Just gotta go 10 seconds out of my way to smash that pot thing, whatever. Oh well. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying with the T-Rex. He'll sometimes trap enemies within his mouth and you can't attack them while he's doing that. Let's see, what am I putting in? Oh yeah, drop me knots. Yeah, I do get a bit, like sometimes I actually do get pretty close to running out of my drop meter. Yeah, but thankfully drop me knots will fix all that. Oh yeah, and that's the flow motion, or the reality shift for this world is that rail thing. I'm not really sure how it ties into Hunchback of Notre Dame, but whatever. Well then again, I guess the Pinocchio world's reality shift isn't too fitting there either. A giant bubble thing, like that doesn't really fit well into Pinocchio that I can really think of. But we're almost at, yeah, see, like this is a big place for, you know, again, for Kingdom Hearts. by like a lot of like big AAA game standards, this is a pretty small area, but for Kingdom Hearts it feels pretty big. Or maybe I'm just exaggerating it a bit, I don't know. It feels big, that's for sure. Like secret passages, hidden pathways, big, like it takes up like 4 screens of area of the world. Let's see what's in here. I really like the chest designs here, they're pretty nice. Oh, fire windmill. I get it. Because Frollo, you know, he sets fire to that big windmill in the movie. There's no way that was an accident. That's gotta be on purpose. I'm just gonna pretend like that was totally on purpose. That's way too fitting to be an accident. I never even noticed that before. That's great. Oh yeah, one thing is if you glide, you can't use flow motion until after you've landed. Yeah, I kind of wish Riku had a glide. Like some kind of like dark equivalent to super glide, because it really helps get Sora around very fast. But then once you get to Riku, it's like, okay, he's going so goddamn slow. Let's see, what's in this chest? I already have Toxamander. Oh well. Yeah, I never really feel too much a need to like well, I guess because but like even like the first time playing through where I didn't have all the Dream Eaters unlocked for me, like I never found much reason to like use every one. I only ever used like 5. Like during my first playthrough. Like I used like the ones we got like right off the bat. You know, the cat, the Meow Wow, and whatever the bat one's called, and like 2 or 3 others. And those are the only ones I used for the whole game. And then like the dinosaur ones.
Quasimodo? What are you doing here?
Phoebus and I came to warn
Yeah, why? How did these guys even follow me? I pulled off some pretty sick moves back there.
Well done, Captain Phoebus.
How the hell did Frollo follow us? He's way more agile than he looks.
Dear Quasimodo, I always knew you would someday be of use to me.
Yeah, Corey Burton's definitely trying, but he doesn't have that bite that Tony J had.
You at last.
Of course, again, filling in for Tony J, that's a tall order, so you know. Wow, man, he's so fast. I barely even saw that.
No,
What? No hair sniffing? Isn't like the movie at all.
Frollo, I won't let you do this.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of that old man. Oh no, Sora got attacked by something. Yeah, he lost consciousness here, so shouldn't he switch to Riku? I guess getting knocked out doesn't count as dropping. Oh well. Yeah, it's a good thing Frollo didn't let the Dream Eaters kill Sora while he was knocked out.
Quasimodo? Esmeralda? Phoebus?
Well, I thought they were hiding somewhere, but it seems not.
I gotta hurry.
Yeah, and then like a whole bunch of other stuff takes place off screen, like you know, like all this crap. And like, where's Quasimodo? I guess he's just locked back in the tower. Phoebus is somewhere. Of course, this feels a lot. It feels a lot smaller than it does in the movie. They don't even have any Latin chanting in the background. Come on. Yeah, that was another big disappointment I had here was the music. Like the boss fight doesn't have like. I was hoping the boss fight would have some kind of like Kingdom Hearts rendition of Hellfire, but nope. No such luck. Of course, on YouTube there is a fan-made version of it. It sounds really cool. So you should go check that out.
Sanctuary!
Yeah, again, it doesn't have nearly as much impact without the large crowd in the square, but oh well. Oh hey. Where the hell did he come from? I guess he was just waiting on the bell tower for Sora, I guess. I don't know. Here's the boss. Again, no such luck with having a Hellfire remix. That would've been great. Yeah, instead we had just generic boss music. Oh well. I love Comet. It's great. I just love the image of Sora just like casually riding on a giant flaming comet as it goes down on his opponent. Like he doesn't seem bothered at all by speeding down on a big flaming rock. He's just like, that's fine. But yeah, and of course he's because gargoyle because the gargoyle is in the movie and he kind of looks satanic, I guess. Especially Riku's version with the big wings, looks like a demon. Just like a straight up demon. I guess that's sort of what they were going for here. Yep, that wasn't too bad. And then all this stuff. And of course, again, a lot of character. Like, again, Phoebus and Esmeralda have had zero character interaction at all in this world. And yet they still have the little romance, like we're supposed to care. Like, in this version, they don't interact at all. Why should we even give a shit?
What I should have done 20 years ago.
Okay, yeah, 20 years, okay.
Hold on! Hold on!
I'm surprised she could hold him for that long. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Yeah, it should be noted that he does capitalize he, or the subtitles capitalize he, which is referring to God. That's like the most religious this version of Notre Dame gets. How did that big fire start down there exactly? I know in the movie it was like a big pot of like lava or magma or something got knocked over and somehow started this huge fire or something. I think. I don't know. Man, Phoebus is strong. I want to be able to pull that guy up. He's huge. Quasimodo. Cracking my ribs there, Quasi. Easy there. Yeah, but see, they still have the romance, even though this is the first time they've had any kind of interaction. And I guess Quasimodo still loves Esmeralda again, even though like that wasn't really established very well in this game. Feels very rushed. Here, you guys pair up. I am too ugly for romance. How about we have a threesome, you guys? How about it? Ugh. Oh, God. That's gross. I apologize. Hey, I guess someone put out that fire out there. Thank God. Oh yeah, and there's the gargoyles. Just walking about like it's nobody's business.
Your heartbeat.
I know.
Oh yeah, hey Sora, I kind of forgot you were here.
Building walls around me. It wasn't the walls that were holding me back.
What does Hugo look so angry about? What's going on? Did I miss something?
My heart is free now. I'm ready to really see what's out there.
He walks out the door. Oh God, it's a monster! Throw rocks at it! That would suck. Yeah, this is a weird scene. Seeing Sora like looking at like a religious like, I guess it's supposed to be Mary, I suppose. Like looking at like a religious statue. It's kind of weird. Like he doesn't mention any kind of religious thing, but it's still kind of weird to see him standing in a church looking at what I assume to be like the Virgin Mary.
The one who has made your heart a prison.
Oh hey.
You again. What are you talking about?
Even
Oh hey Vanitas.
not the prison.
Vanitas just makes like a little like 2-second cameo and then he never appears again in this game. Just to remind us that he exists, apparently. Yeah, that's kind of young Xehanort's little go-to action in this game. He appears, talks to Sora and Riku for a minute or two, then he fucks off. Like, darkness, hearts, and blah blah, okay, bye. And then he leaves. Oh, dude, you just blew a big hole in the church, man. That's sacrilegious.
My heart's a prison?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't trust a guy in an organization, Cloak, just saying. Oh yeah, and there's also these chronicles of past games, just giving you like a rundown of what happens. But those aren't really necessary to look at. And there we go. There's the Notre Dame world for Sora. La Cité des Cloches. Time for Riku's. Yeah, see, we're over halfway through the video, and we're just getting started on Riku's. So yeah, again, like his is definitely a little bit shorter. Yeah, I forgot to I keep accidentally forgetting to actually like. Yeah, you actually have to press X on like the little bonuses to actually like activate them. I keep forgetting to do that for a couple worlds. It's not until like the fourth world I'm like, oh shit, I actually gotta like press X and actually like activate them. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a boss fight. Oh yeah, I thought Sora had Queen Butterfly, and I thought, or maybe they both fight both of these bosses on different occasions. Oh wow. Yeah, the boss fights aren't too bad, I suppose. They're relatively short, I guess, but I'm not too fond of them, honestly. Oh well. Yeah, just gotta hit the big glowy areas. Boss fighting 101. Yeah, of course, sometimes the homing thing doesn't work quite right, like for no particular reason. Even if you have that little target above her head, it doesn't always work out too well. And if if you're lucky, you can get it done in one round, but I was not quite so lucky. Yeah, I'm not fond of these dives, honestly. They feel like a big waste. Like they're not as bad as the gummy missions from Kingdom Hearts 1, but they're definitely worse than the gummy missions from Kingdom Hearts 2. That's for damn sure. But at the very least, the bonuses you get from these dives, they actually help you out, like in the worlds themselves. Because like in Kingdom Hearts 2, all the little bonuses you get from gummy missions, they just help you out for other gummy missions. They don't help you out. They don't help out Sora on his own. They just are upgrades for the gummy ship. You know?
Stop her!
It's the last gypsy. Quick, get her. Oh no. She turned to smoke. She's dead.
Huh? You there? Have you seen a gypsy woman?
Nope.
I'm surprised Phoebus isn't like startled by Riku's odd clothing. Like his jeans and stuff.
We've lost her.
I looked around for about 5 seconds. She wasn't anywhere.
I'm beginning to question having summoned you back from the wars, Captain Phoebus.
Well, it's not like he wanted to come. He could just send him back then. He probably doesn't want to be here either, let's be honest. Is Riku just walking towards that wall?
You stood up for me.
Not really, but... I that's more ignorance than standing up for, but whatever.
Gypsy is. Why are they chasing you?
Judge Frollo has been hunting us for years.
Yeah, we all kind of left except for me, but he doesn't seem to realize that.
Yet Frollo hates whatever he can't control. Now he's even brought in fresh blood to torment us.
Ooh. Yeah, he brought in one soldier. Ooh.
Darkness drives that man.
I think I can imagine.
Yeah, but you were never that bad, Riku.
Always like this?
I don't give Frollo much thought. But if you'd like, you could try Notre Dame. They say it's a place for answers.
Well, yeah, like spiritual answers, maybe, but not those kind of answers. There's nobody in there but Frollo and Quasimodo. The Archdeacon gets mentioned, but he's nowhere to be found. Naturally. Yeah, and like Riku does have a few interactions with like Esmeralda and Quasimodo, like one each, I think. But like we see a little bit more of Frollo and his dark actions here in Riku's story, like him trying to burn down that house with the windmill. Like we get to actually see that, and again, like arguably Frollo's death here is a lot more like dark than it was in Sora's version. Because he like laughs, he like falls. He's like, "Judgment is mine." He's like almost like maniacally laughing on the way down to his death. Like that's in its own way a little bit more disturbing. But I guess that's that's up for personal. That's my personal feeling on that. Yeah, I ditched Tox. Yeah, Toxamander is not too useful. I kind of figured that out like after like. I'm not sure if it's... Maybe in the next video I decide to ditch him. I'm not sure. But sooner or later I ditch him for Ryu Dragon. I guess part of it was just because I wanted to have like a different Dream Eater team up for Riku and Sora. But, the Ryu Dragon and the T-Rex are just so good. I didn't want to get rid of them, for either Sora or Riku. So I just ended up having the same Dream Eater team for both. Is there anyone in this town? Yeah, it says, when does Quasimodo go to greet the guests? He's supposed to stay locked in his bell tower away from everybody.
I'm very sorry, but the Archdeacon is away.
And he's never coming back.
Looking for a man named Frollo. Do you know where he is?
My master? He said he had business on the outskirts of the city.
Do you mean you know him?
Well, he did call him his master. It would be unusual if he didn't know him.
He's very kind. Master Frollo saved my life. He protects me from the outside world.
He protects you from it?
I kind of like Riku. I do like this interaction between Riku and Quasimodo.
Cool to me.
Yeah, because, Riku has a very, like, different outlook on, the world than Sora does, obviously, considering his dabbling in darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Looks can be deceiving.
So, like, the kind of advice he gives to people is a lot different than what Sora would say. I really like it, honestly.
You should go out there. Find some friends who understand you.
Oh no.
I tried, but they threw rocks at me last time.
Foot outside.
Are you sure that's what's stopping you?
Yeah. It's the walls aren't your prison, Quasimodo. You're holding yourself back.
Ask your heart, Quasimodo. I'll check the edge of town. Thanks. Wish I could take my own advice.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that interaction, personally. But yeah, Riku does tends to have more interesting interactions between characters than Sora does, I feel, but that's just me. I do like he's a little bit more down to earth. He's a little bit more sarcastic and like snippy with people at times. I kind of like that. Here's kind of an I hesitate to call him a boss, but he's a Lord Kiru. I think that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, he'll appear in a couple different worlds. He appears in this world, of course, Prankster's Paradise, and the Fantasia world. Basically, he has this huge health bar, or a large amount of health bars, that you gotta drain with each. Like he'll eventually escape from you, but he'll keep all the health that he lost, or all the health he lost will stay lost. And basically, if you manage to defeat him eventually, you'll get an HP bonus for whoever you defeat him with, Sora or Riku. But yeah, again, I hesitated to call him a boss because he isn't exactly like strong. He just has a lot of HP. But either way, I'll show off his defeat sooner or later. Yeah, in the Fantasia world, I defeat him as Riku. There's not much to say about it. Like half the time he's just running away. Like he'll sometimes attack, but not very often. A lot of times he's just trying to get away from you. And like eventually, of course, he summons a whole bunch of his minions, and eventually he'll just run. I'm not really sure how long it takes. Like I don't know. And also, if you set him on fire, he'll or use like a fire attack on him. He'll just kind of stay in place while his butt's on fire to stun him a bit, so that's a word of advice. Speaking of fire. Yeah, and eventually I'll be getting a Mega Flare at some point. Yeah, which is pretty goddamn useful for clearing out large crowds. Yeah, I really hate that command deck. Whenever you put in a new spell, it like has to reload everything. And it's annoying because even if you put in like high jump or something from like the other command deck, it'll still make your attacks have to reload. I hate that. I think it's stupid. But whatever. But yeah, again, like Riku does have a bit of a shorter story. He basically goes across the bridge, like into the outskirts like Sora. But then he just goes to the windmill, sees a cutscene, and then comes back for the boss, and that's it. While Sora had to go through all the the catacombs and the graveyards to get the the Court of Miracles, and then he had to go all the way back. Or I guess he went back in the cutscene, but whatever. Didn't actually have to physically go back on your own. I'm surprised you can throw that fucking elephant around. Jesus Christ. I guess that's the power of an anime teenager. They're more powerful than everybody. Yeah, once you become 20 years old in an anime, you lose all your power. It's a little known fact, but it's true. But really though, and of course here Wargoyle has a bit of a different design than he does in Sora's version. He just has wings. That's really it. Admittedly, the wings look really cool. They have like a stained glass design. I actually think they're pretty nifty. Yeah, he'll appear right around here somewhere. Let's see. There he is. Yeah, see, like it had like a slight like. Oh no, I guess they do a little bit. Or like during the fight, like the actual boss fight, like little pieces of like confetti that kind of look like stained glass pieces rain down. Like I think that's supposed to be that's what's supposed to be. That's the feeling I got. Yeah, of course here he looks a lot more demonic with his big old bat wings. But yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate they had to like censor out all the religious crap here, Yeah, because again, that's kind of what made, that's in my opinion, a lot of what made The Hunchback of Notre Dame so memorable was a lot of the themes in that movie that never really appeared in other Disney films. Or like not as strongly, Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think those were like big concentrations of like dream. Yeah, I don't know what those orbs are exactly. Like the DP, like the dream points. Like I think that's what the number is next to Riku's little icon there, I believe. But I guess those big orbs are supposed to be like a lot of dream points. But I'm not really sure how I don't know how to get them to appear. essentially. I'm not exactly positive on that. Oh well. Yeah, man, you suck, Wargoyle. Yeah, man, you suck at killing. I think I actually do kind of like Wargoyle's design, to be honest, but he's probably the only Dream Eater boss I think actually looks good. I think all the others look kind of bad. Like Hako Monkey probably being one of the worst offenders. Yeah, I want a little bit of an annoyance with reality shifts is like sometimes they'll like use up the command you have your little cursor on, but like not all the time it seems like. I don't know. Like sometimes I'll use them when my cursor's over an item and the item will get like used, even though like the potion will be taken away but it doesn't actually heal me because I'm trying to use a reality shift. It's kind of annoying and kind of stupid. Oh well. Yeah, I see like Riku gets a lot like darker stuff happening in his stories in comparison to Sora's.
I have proof this family
Frollo, there's nobody in there. Everyone left town years ago.
I can think of few crimes that are greater.
Oh, whatever. Hello. Huh.
What demon is this?
Oh, you are mistaken, Captain Phoebus. This is no demon. It is righteous judgment.
Uh-huh.
I have been granted
So here's one thing I'm a little bit confused on. So these are dream worlds or sleeping worlds, right? So how has any of this happened already? You know, aside from, you know, obviously excluding Dream Eaters and Sora and Riku. Like, have the events of the movie happened already? And we're just like having a retelling of them with Dream Eaters involved, or have they not happened? That's a little something I'm confused on.
face the fires of
Or is this like the first time like the movie events are happening in this world, but they carry over for when the world's awake? I'm not really sure on that. It never, as far as I can recall, it never gets elaborated on in any way.
No, you don't.
How'd he get ahead of it? Wow, you almost got him there, Phoebus. He won by the skin of his teeth.
You alright?
Eh, fine, it's a broken elbow.
Or me.
You should take it easy. I'll deal with Frollo.
Thanks. Gotta tell you,
Thank you, 15-year-old child.
I'm a kid.
You wouldn't
Well, it's fine. He's an anime teenager. He's more powerful than you will ever know.
More capable than me right now. All right. Be careful. It looks like that creature is heading for the cathedral.
Well, he's heading in the general direction for the cathedral, but... yeah, there's a whole bunch of other shit in that direction, but whatever. Yeah, and then there's this cutscene where they... You know, it's the... You know, Frollo's talking about how much he wants to eradicate the gypsies, which they kind of fuck up. Because in the movie, he lifts up a stone, there's a whole bunch of ants, and then he, like, crushes them underneath, and that's like, oh, yeah, you make your point quite clearly, or quite vividly, sir. But here, he just kind of, like, just says it. But then it's supposed to have like the same impact. It just doesn't work as well.
have a safe haven within the walls of this very
You see, like in the movie, he like lifts up the stone and he like flips it over and like just stamps out all the ants, and then he's like, "Oh yes, you know, quite vivid, sir." But here he just kind of just says it, and he's like, "Oh yes, oh." Yeah, it doesn't have nearly as much impact. Oh well. I guess they couldn't yeah, they couldn't put in the animation of him lifting up a stone apparently. Oh well. Yeah, reaction commands, that's what they're called. But see there, even though I did put in the fire windmill. But I do know for a fact that if you at least I still got to open the chest even though I got pushed away. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh right. Even if you use the, if you just change a reaction command rather than the, like, battle commands, you still have to have the battle commands reload, like, all of them, and I think that's really dumb. I don't know. Like, I guess I can kind of see if you're replacing the battle commands why you would, like, need them to get recharged, I guess, but having the reaction commands get, cause a reload, I think is pretty stupid. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. All I can do is complain. And you will hear me complain. God damn it. Yeah, and some of these action commands are... yeah, I could have sworn it said reaction command. But some of the action commands are for Sora and some are for Riku, are for Riku only. Like, again, like Sora has a super glide, and I think there's a regular glide somewhere around the world, somewhere in this game. But, yeah, those are for Riku only. And Riku has, like, a couple of, like, dark abilities. Like, he has, like, a dark dodge roll sort of thing. I think you only get it if you, I think you can only get it from trading in medals from Flick Rush, I believe, as far as I recall. But yeah, like that's something, of course, only Riku would get. Yeah, yeah, I don't unlock it. I do go through all the Flick Rush off screen, but like all I get there is like all the recipes just to get the PlayStation trophy because I never got that yet. But so, yeah. God, I hate that. I hate juggling enemies like that. Or enemies that juggle, rather. Of course, if I'm the one doing the juggling, it's okay, of course. Naturally. Just like it's okay for me to heal with potions, but if the enemy does it, it's cheating and bullshit. Like in Pokemon. I remember when I was a kid, I always like, oh man, it's still bull crud. You know, because I was a kid, I couldn't swear. But no, really though, but... I was like, oh man, that's stupid. How come they can heal? I'm supposed to be the one that heals, not these guys. You know, they use like a max heal or whatever the fuck it's called, where it heals like all their HP and like their stat effects. It's like, oh man, come on. Or full heal, I think it's called. Yeah, I kind of dropped off from Pokemon. Yeah, I stopped caring. Black and White were the last games I played, and after that, I'm like, okay, this is getting stupid now. I give up. I'm not playing anymore. Yeah, it kind of stinks though, because I was a Pokemon fan since day one. You know, all the way since Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red and Blue. You know, I had cards from the card game. I watched the anime. I had some Pokemon toys and stuff, but you know, because I was like a little kid when it came out. I was only like, I don't know, like 5, 6. Yeah, missed the whole sanctuary thing.
Is she going to be all right?
I'm sure she's okay.
Thanks to Quasimodo.
Quasimodo, where did the creature go?
It's up there.
Hey, how did you miss that, Riku? I mean, I know it's above, but still, I feel like you'd be able to see it from a distance.
Wait, I'll go with you.
It would actually been pretty cool to have Quasimodo fight alongside with you, but oh well.
Quasimodo, did your heart have the answer?
Yes, it said, stop eating so many burgers. It's bad for me. I don't know what I meant by that. I don't know what a burger is. Anyway, so now it's just the fight. The boss fight. Into the nave. Yeah, it's the gargoyles just appear and Riku's just like, oh, okay. Gargoyles.
Well, I guess you three got this covered.
Whoever the fuck you guys are.
How would you know? You don't have any...
Well, I guess they would be pretty effective. They're giant stone statue or big stone statues. Made, you know.
Both of you pipe down.
They would pack a pretty heavy punch. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like how Sora actually was like startled by the gargoyles. Like that's the thing that weirds you out. Man, you've seen a lot weirder shit than this, Sora. Like, you know, after Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you would think he wouldn't be startled by anything, but nope. Talking gargoyles? Oof, oh boy. That's weird.
Yes.
Yes. Here we see a rare depiction of Corey Burton in the recording booth.
Everything.
I shall voice everybody! None shall escape my voice!
This is the power that has been granted to me.
Fire? I'm pretty sure that was discovered thousands of years ago, buddy.
Again, you are wrong.
I have dark aura powers.
Just
For he is Judge Claude Frollo. Yeah, see, there we go. There we go. It's like stained glass. And I guess it's sort of also like confetti. Yeah, see here, I feel like it's a little bit more disturbing because he just doesn't give a shit that he's falling to his death. Could have sworn he laughed maniacally, but I guess not. Yeah, but again, I feel like it's almost in its own way a lot more disturbing than what really happened. Oh, hello.
Why are you here?
That's a very good question.
Your best friend is never far.
And also, he is not Ansem. He is Xehanort's Heartless.
Write a book about that.
You should get it correct.
Embrace the darkness, and unless you hurry up and learn to do the same,
Is that he actually looks kind of cool wielding a sword like that, to be honest.
like his,
Shame he doesn't actually keep it.
Road to dawn.
And I have a little bit of I have a kitty keychain. You better back off. Yeah, see, they don't really say anything too important. They just kind of go like, "Eh, darkness, your heart, you suck. Okay, bye." And then he doesn't even, he kind of just forgets about it immediately. So it's like, okay, that's weird. Oh well. Well, I guess he does have to fight the giant gargoyle, so.
No. Not while I have the Keyblade.
I'm like, shouldn't you be more concerned of why Xehanort's Heartless is still here? But whatever. Okay, whatever, Riku. Yeah, he doesn't really give that much thought into it. I mean, this is actually a little bit cool. You can, yeah, the heat, the rising air from the heat allows you to fly. It's a little bit bullshit, kind of, but whatever. Oh yeah, and here's like the combination of like the T-Rex and Toxamander. See, like he's like warping around, just like teleporting behind the whoever you're targeting. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not using it as effectively as I probably could be, but oh well. There we go. Yeah, I kind of fuck up the reality shift here. I know, I thought I'd automatically hit him, but I guess not. I think you have to be a bit closer to him. Or maybe I just happened to miss. I don't know. Did the T-Rex just fall? Yeah, I don't think the Dream Eaters flow along with you. They're dead. They fell through the fire down below. Yeah, again, I think you have to be a little bit closer. There we go. That's a nice, nice finisher. Using the reality shift. But okay, there we go. That was Riku's part of the Hunchback of Notre Dame world. I can never remember what it's called. Well, I know what it's called. I just can't remember the French words. Huh. That was dark. Well, I guess it is like a demon, so it's falling back into hell or something. Alright. Yeah, well, everything's all cleaned up.
Master Frollo, he made me live inside the bell tower.
Yeah, I guess Frollo's charred corpse had to be picked up by somebody. I don't know.
You helped me see that, Riku.
Yeah, let's not linger on that. Quasimodo, I'm about to punch you right in your fucking deformed face.
Personal experience.
I'd say you still keep a lot locked inside.
I sense much teen angst from you,
We all do.
young anime child.
There are just some things we need to keep separate from the world at large. At least until we have time to figure them out.
Alright, good talk. And then they just fuck off somewhere, I don't know. Man, where is everybody in this town? Man, I'll teach him to smirk at me.
I know the road my heart walks.
Time to blow up the church. Riku, no! The church, it's right behind us. It's gonna get broken. Don't do it. And then all the windows in the church just boom, just shatter. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. There we go, Guardian Bell. It's alright looking. I kinda like how it makes the big bell sounds when you hit someone.
Haven't forgotten.
Oh no. No.
What?
Can we not do this, please?
I did?
You'd always
Ah, boy.
to bring us back.
Yeah.
Yep, Axel's back in the fray. Can't go one fucking game without him. Rox is... Ugh.
Best friends forever.
Got it memorized. At least he wasn't encoded, or he didn't have any dialogue. That's good enough. But either way, we just cannot fucking escape from Axel. No matter how much we may want to. Or I may want to, at least.
That's me.
Yeah, for some reason, he only has tattoos as a nobody. I don't know why. And also, he's the only one that keeps his organization cloak because... reasons. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them all by their organization names. Yeah, like, for some reason, Axel keeps all his powers in his cloak because... I don't know, creator's pet syndrome, I suppose. Allows him to keep all his powers. There's literally no other explanation for it. Aside from just he's Nomura's favorite.
Who joined the organization here?
Oh, easy there, Alexius.
Doesn't count. But where are Breg and Isa?
Yep, so we gotta have this Axel B plot, of course, naturally. Oh, jeez. Alright, so that's it for the Notre Dame world. And next time we'll be going to... Actually, I don't remember. I think we go to the grid next. But either way, I'll see you next time.